There is not a single team who has a better story than Luton Town, and here's why. The club started off playing in only the second and third tiers of English football, partly due to the fact they have never had a lot of money. The town itself is quite poor, and despite the ethnic diversity, there is a small split in the community, fueled by racial discrimination. However, the local football team has united the town and brought the people a sense of pride. During its success in the 90s, when Luton played in the top tier and reached the League Cup final twice. Unfortunately, the club were relegated from the First Division in 1992, just before the creation of the Premier League. Luton actually voted in favour of the Premier League, making them a founding member despite never playing in it. The Premier League, with all its money and attention, ruined the clubs that were outside of it as they were deemed unattractive. Luton suffered from this and sank to tier 3 of the pyramid in just 4 years. The Hatters stayed in this division until they were relegated once again in 2001. Hope arrived in the form of Joe Kinnear, the manager who stepped in midway through the previous season. With determination burning in their hearts, the team embarked on a remarkable journey, swiftly securing promotion from the 4th tier in their very first attempt. It was a triumphant moment that defied expectations and set the stage for an exhilarating comeback. However, a dark cloud loomed over the club. John Gurney, an enigmatic and controversial owner, shook the foundation of Luton in 2003. Upon his arrival in May, he shockingly terminated Kinnear's contract, leaving the team in disarray. Gurney, a figure of turmoil, eventually departed as the club fell into administration, but not before appointing Mike Newell as Kinnear's replacement. Under Newell's guidance, the team experienced a rollercoaster of emotions. They emerged as champions of the rebranded 3rd tier Football League 1 in the unforgettable 2004-05 season, yet their joy was short-lived as they succumbed to a series of setbacks, including back-to-back relegations starting in 2006 to 2007. To make matters worse, financial woes plunged the club into administration during the latter part of the 2007-08 season, resulting in a 10-point deduction. The hardships continued to mount as the Football Association and the Football League imposed a staggering 30-point deduction on Luton Town for financial irregularities dating back several years. If you watch my other videos about fallen football teams, you'll notice there is a trend with the fact the EFL punish clubs who are suffering, rather than try to help them. The objective of staying in the league was virtually impossible, but the team, undeterred by adversity, displayed an indomitable spirit. In a captivating display of resilience, Luton fought against all odds. With their backs against the wall, they threw the kitchen sink and defied expectations once again. In a moment of magic, they staged a remarkable comeback in the final of the Football League trophy, capturing the prestigious title for the very first time, despite sitting bottom of League 2. Plaudits came to Mick Harford, an ex-player at Luton who was now the manager. The Hatters' remarkable journey showcased the club's unwavering spirit as they navigated through the depths of despair to taste victory against all odds. Unfortunately, a few weeks later, Luton's relegation to the National League, Tier 5, was confirmed. Having never ventured here before, the club faced a strange challenge. Their best efforts to secure promotion were met with disappointment, as they fell short in the playoffs on 3 occasions over 4 seasons, under the guidance of 5 different managers. However, the winds of fate shifted dramatically in the 2012-13 FA Cup 4th round. Luton embarked on an extraordinary journey, defying all odds as they emerged victorious in an away clash against Premier League side Norwich City, triumphing with a stunning 1-0 scoreline. Buoyed by this momentous achievement, Luton surged forward with newfound determination in the following season. Under the astute leadership of John Steele, they seized the conference title with 3 games to spare. This triumph not only brought the club back to the Football League, but also served as a testament to their written off legacy. Also, while in the National League, Luton bought in a key player in the form of Pelly Ruddock. We will come back to him later. Anyway, Luton's resurgence continued, and in the 2016-17 season, Luton, under Nathan Jones as manager, showcased their mettle by reaching the League Two playoffs. Although their dreams were dashed in a heart-wrenching 6-5 aggregate defeat to Blackpool in the semis, their relentless pursuit of success remained undeterred. The following season, they clinched promotion as runners-up, triumphantly returning to League One. Yet Luton's remarkable ascent was far from over. 2018-19 had Luton Town top of League One, however Nathan Jones walked out and joined Stoke City, with club icon Mick Harford returning as caretaker manager. In a stunning display of their prowess, they secured back-to-back promotions in the 2018-19 campaign, emerging as victors in the League One title race. With this achievement, they triumphantly returned to the Championship after a grueling 12-year absence, cementing their place among the nation's football elite. Their remarkable journey reached a crescendo in the 2021-22 season as Luton, with Nathan Jones back for a second stint, valiantly battled their way to the Championship playoffs. However, their dreams were ultimately shattered by a resilient Huddersfield Town, who won with a 2-1 aggregate in the gripping semi-final encounter. The 2022-23 season has also been kind to Luton Town, with a 14-game unbeaten run and an impressive 80 points picked up across the season, despite the fact they have one of the smallest budgets and nowhere near as good resources as the other giants in the league. Halfway through the season as well, Nathan Jones left town for Southampton. We all know how that went. Mr. Luton Town, Mick Harford, bravely stepped in as caretaker months after beating prostate cancer. Then rival Watford's ex-manager, one of them, in Rob Edwards, took over town as manager. Not to mention, as always, the fans of Luton Town have been absolutely class. Luton once again have been competing in the playoffs, and after beating Sunderland in the semis, a trip to Wembley will decide their fate. If they don't go up now, I'm sure they will be a Premier League club within a few years, meaning we will hopefully see this iconic away end in the Premier League. I mean, you literally have to walk through someone's garden to get to the away end. However, the owners are ambitious and recognise Luton's infrastructure needs to be better than the one they had in non-league. So, plans for a new stadium have been drawn up, and £10 million is set to be invested in Kenilworth Road should Luton get promoted this season. Pelly Ruddock, who I mentioned earlier, could also be the first ever player to go from non-league to the Premier League with the same club. A hell of a journey. I can't wait to see what happens next in Luton Town's fairy tale story. Perhaps it will match the ambitious one of a similar side, AFC Bournemouth. Learn about their impossible rise by clicking the video on the screen.